I'm Susie Kay. I'm one of the authors of our new book, The Jargon Buster. Wrote it with Richard Gott, who's the founder of MemberWise. We came together to write this book because there was so much jargon and so many acronyms in this sector. The Jargon Buster is essentially for everybody in the non-profit sector. It's about making sure that everybody understands the words that we use, the enormous number of acronyms that we use all day long in our meetings. So essential for anybody coming in new to the profession, coming in through the induction process, getting an idea, trying to get a grip of all the words that we use, understanding what's going on around them between the other staff. Also, perhaps as a refresher for more senior members of staff who've been using these words for a very long time, might want to remind themselves what they actually mean rather than what they think they mean. Good all-round tool for anybody in the non-profit sector. Rich and I had a lot of conversations with fairly senior members of staff in a lot of organisations, trying to find a way through this mist that we all encounter every day. We decided to try and bring together a fair number of these acronyms and jargon words, and it sort of grew and it grew and it grew. And the more we talked about it and the more we consulted people, the longer the list got. And that eventually led to the idea of actually publishing it as a book. It's a complicated place to work, the non-profit sector, and in order to shorthand the conversations that we have, we do tend to go for jargon, we do tend to go for acronyms, and 9 times out of 10 it works very well. But just occasionally the acronym itself becomes a problem. So referring back to what it really means, where it came from, how we're using it, has got to be a good idea. It can be a very useful adjunct to a conversation, but it can also be an impediment to understanding, especially if the people in the room think they know what the word means, but don't particularly want to ask for clarification if they're not 100% sure. It'll be published on Amazon very shortly, so just go to Amazon and put in The Jargon Buster, or under Susie Kay, which is where you'll find it, or just give me a ring and I'll tell you how to get hold of it. MemberWise is probably unique in this sector because it's the only grouping where people really get to grips with practical issues. We have a lot of theory that we have to contend with in this sector, but MemberWise is the place where you go if you want an answer to your problems. Been working with Rich for a very long time now, and we have an enormous amount of ideas in common, and it's just such a pleasure to be involved with the network.